Hey guys, I'm back. I'm sorry about the painting not working out yesterday. I got some nice natural lighting here now though. It's actually really nice. I think I can turn the camera up. Let me see what it will look like. See, this is Oslo. It's quite a nice city. Especially the skyline over here. I can't really see how well the camera sees it. But yeah, it's nice. It's a nice day as well. So me and Timmy recorded a full redrawal yesterday. We did the full paint, but for some reason, I don't know. I asked Timmy if he could help me get the laptop cleaned because it's lagging out and hasn't been cleaned in 8 years. Or I need to buy a new one. So I'm just gonna redo it today. I don't have a headset, so I don't know if the sound is working and stuff. But I can see that it's working on OBS, so I'll just go off of that. And I'll still give you guys the recap. No, sorry, not the recap. The painting. We'll still paint, but it won't really be a paint because we painted, or I painted with Timmy yesterday. It was a really good video. It was really unfortunate that it got messed up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make myself smaller like that. I don't need to be any bigger. And then I'm gonna open up my browser. And then, even though it's Tuesday, I know everything is a bit delayed. I'm really sorry about that, but because I got sick, everything has been postponed. Like, as you know, the Saturday questionnaire got answered on fucking Sunday. We had the redrawal on Monday. That was on time, but now we're delayed on it again. Mic looks good. So what we discussed yesterday is that this looks like a really great. And now it's Tuesday as well. So you guys can enter this. Actually, we could do a market scan as well as just going through the SR areas. We could do that. So this gold trade right here going great. This is one of my favorite trades. Really good. So if you're in this, just stay in this. This gold trade right here was really great. Still is. This CR we found here looks really good. Sharker asked me, how is this not CT? And I don't really know what you mean. Like, look at the trend. It looks WT to me. Perhaps you could elaborate. So let's go through the levels. These are the new levels we painted, or I painted with Timmy. I'm just basically gonna go through them so you guys can see if your levels are okay. If there's anything you're curious about, but it's all been painted. So I'll just go through that with you. Interesting. Download. Download. Okay. So now we'll get into the market scan part. We'll do a 2-in-1. You can just pause that if you feel unsure about your own levels and see how that goes. So looking at the headline risk, it is the usual. Trump reportedly mulls war exit. Iran hit tanker near Dubai. So as I mentioned before, Trump keeps upping up the number of military personnel that he wants to put on the ground in Iran. Now it's 16,000. So if it follows this curve, they're gonna have their own Ukraine. And it is not looking good right now. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the US has not really been preparing for a war like this. Their ammo stock is down. So they're gonna have to really, really fuck, take the financial burden of buying it at a higher price from Lockheed, not those guys. Yes, Lockheed does make ammo as well. They don't just make planes. I know some people say that. It's gonna have, and that means it's gonna have another economical effect. And I spoke to someone. I just want to address this. This is so fucking stupid, bro. I spoke to this guy. And how can I not make this political or any? Let me think. Yeah. So he said to me, or I said, why is it good that they're spending $200 billion on some pointless fucking war? Let me just check the sound and everything. I'm a bit paranoid because of yesterday. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, let me make myself bigger. So I spoke to this guy yesterday. I said, why on Telegram? Why are they spending $200 billion on a completely pointless war, right? And he was like, well, where does that money go? I was like, Lockheed? It's not going to go to anything else. And he's like, well, how many people does Lockheed Martin employ? And that is completely faulty economic theory. If you listen to anyone saying that, just tell them, go fuck yourself. Because anything they say after that has been devalidated. You know what I mean? It's like you meet a girl, and she's like, I got HIV. And then she started talking about other stuff. And you're like, hold on, HIV? Fuck out of here. You see what I mean? It doesn't matter. Like, does that even need to be refuted? I mean, I can. It doesn't, they're not going to hire any more people. They're not going to raise wages. Their stock is going to go a little bit up. Like, it was up like what, 5%, 10%? And then the CEO of Lockheed Martin is going to get richer. So he, instead of him having 11 billion, he's going to have 13, 14. Is that good for America? $200 billion for that? The equivalent would be the US just giving $200 billion for people to just dig holes and then like dig dirt holes and then pay them to fill them with dirt again. It's it does not conduce economic activity. What I mean by that is you have other types of spending that have a cashback on it. For example, infrastructure spending. If infrastructure is really clogged, with the main types of infrastructure being obviously transportational infrastructure, specifically roads, trains, and buses. So if you expand all of those, economic activity goes up, prices go down. So you get some kind of economic rebound on it. And these things are actually, when I did econometrics, you can actually sort of count that. And when there's huge deficits, when roads are really clogged, there's a complete lack of public transport and all that kind of stuff. At points, I found one where you could, this was way back in like 2020, sorry, 2019 or something like that. 2018. Yeah, where it was in Texas actually, because they have no functional railway or no functional railway network, and each dollar you would spend into that, as long as we're assuming that it would be successful, if they had a very efficient expanded railway line that could move goods, people, other things that cause economic activity, because people don't just move. They go to buy stuff. They use their car less. So they have more disposable income. They become less reliable on it. People are going to work. Da 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 da. I need to get into it. And what I found in that study was that whenever they put, it was in Texas. It was with when I was really autistic. I was reading Greg Abbott's plans, the governor of Texas, that he was putting out. That each dollar they were putting into infrastructure, they were getting about $3 and 20 or 30 cents back on economic activity. Let me open the door. Hold up. Man. Can you imagine I didn't have toilet paper? What kind of matrix attack is that? Like, what the fuck? I had no toilet paper. None. Can you imagine my surprise? I come to the most expensive suite in Norway. Suite. How do you say? How do you even say it? I don't know. And they didn't have toilet paper. Really, bro. But anyways, that is conducive to economic growth. This bullshit they're doing isn't. At fucking all. In fact, it is the opposite. It is deficit fueled inflationary spending because they're going to come through printing. They're going to probably do QA. The fucking thing Trump was complaining about with Zelensky, him getting 100 billion, 100 billion, 100 billion, and now they're doing 200 billion plus for Iran, which is they're going to borrow, which means they're going to have a bigger principal in their interest. They're going to shrink their budget because of that. Or probably they don't even give a fuck. They're not gonna shrink their budget. They're just gonna run higher deficits, which is completely inflationary because it's borrowed money. So they just have to print it to pay it. Print. And yeah, it's fucking bad, man. It's making everyone's lives worse. And in addition to that, we all know the price of oil going up fucks everything. We discussed that in other video. So I don't want to get too much into it. Sorry for the side tangent there. Oh, what the fuck did I do now? There we go. See, we can do it. We got it. So yeah, we got this summarized pretty much down. This is all what it's about now. And you can't really trust the Trump rhetoric. Because some days he's like, yeah, I'm gonna end it tomorrow. Other days he's gonna nuke them. Fuck knows. So let's get to the pairs. Let's have a look at SPY. As I mentioned earlier, let me make a better trend line here for you guys. It has sort of left that nice upward momentum here. If you look at it like that, broke through in the 2020. Sorry, not 2020. It did in 2020, but in 2025 when Trump was hitting everyone with those tariffs. But again, we're approaching out of range levels again. Kind of have a triple touch here as well. So, but I don't do TA on SPY. I don't do that. I'm just saying it's trending down. Dollar is gonna obviously strengthen from that. Like I always do, I've explained it so many times, but it's still within. It won't leave that historical range. Now let's get through the pairs and see if there's anything really of interest. Here the range is too small as well. Wait, what the fuck am I? I have to close. Sorry, I have to close the curtain. I can't. It's like reflecting the shit out of my screen, my monitor. What the fuck is this bullshit? Let me move the whole table. What the fuck? It's not like one table. It's like 3 pieces in it. What is this bougie ass? Let me pull the whole thing back then. These rich people stuff, bro. So there we go. Into the darkness we go. Alright. Now I can see. Thank you. Sorry about that. Here we don't really have anything, nothing interesting. Again, nah. Let's go through them. So on the 200, this is on the 200 MA, so you can make the argument, but it's not valid within the strat. It hasn't been back tested. Interesting. So we're going to mark them, scrutinize them, and get into all of that, okay? This is interesting. No, I don't like this one. Here we have BO forming right now. I'll get that posted in my Discord so that you guys can see it. Here we go. We kind of got the weekly recap in there as well. Fucking table, man. Is it like that? Like, table's pissing me out. That's a 1-day BO as well, so that's pretty nice. I'll just mark this one screen then. Fuck. Nah, I'm not gonna double post cross pair BO. Nah, hell no. I don't want to go in on silver. I just don't like the way it has been moving lately. So we got a lot going on right now. We got a fuck ton of action. So these open trades, let me just show you guys what I would do here. So this is a standard as BO with a tight sell loss over previous candle high. Just let me see. Okay, so you might want to run a little bit higher sell loss than this one. When I have to run higher sell losses on BOs, I tend to go a little bit below 1.5 like that. For example, 1.7. I'm going to start using those more because I've noticed people in my Discord only do 1.5 or 2.0 on entry. You got to just stop in between. Same here. We're not looking for a CR because the 200 MA is right below, so we're looking for a potential BO. Right here, we're looking actually for a continuation or a BO. If this flags above here, gives us an indecision on what will be then support. It's resistance right now. We can enter that. That will be valid. As for this one right here, this is a BO. Watch out for this one. This is kind of already triggering. Don't go for CR on this one because it has already hit. If we hop down, it already hit. It won't go down. So this is very strong bullish movement. With that said, we got a ton of setups. It's looking very interesting. 6 of them. So probably tomorrow, I will just do a cleanup. But with that said, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.